Welcome back to Charlotte on the Scene, episode 48. It's good to see y'all today. Don't forget, I got my main man, Aunt Moore in the building. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, baby?
Rock,
Talk to me
can't
nice.
call it, baby. Can't call it. What's going on with your boy?
Hey, man. Whoa. You sound a little excited today.
I am excited
you
today.
must have had a good half a week, son.
Yeah, man.
It's only
I ain't gonna lie,
halfway
bro.
through. You good?
Yeah, man. Them first of the months be good, man. I thank God for them first of the months. Just leave it like that.
Amen.
Sound like you getting money.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
So today we have a special guest on the Charlotte on the Scene. My man, known him for a long time, good brother, very influential in the city of Charlotte, and world renowned, states renowned, United States from here all the way over. You know what I mean? Got my brother Yandrick, Paraison in the building today. How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. Doing well, my brother.
It's good to see you.
Doing well, man.
doing?
Appreciate you.
No, appreciate you being here, brother.
Yes, sir.
My brother.
So
No doubt.
I already know what time it is.
Yeah. So Yandrick, man, it's so many things I want to get into, talk about, and discuss on this cast. First of all, I want to thank you for being on here. It means a lot to me and Aunt. You have done a lot of things, had a lot of journeys, a lot of great things that you've done in your life. And I always, I want to give you your flowers before we get into the conversation of that and everything else. Originally, where you from, brother? Talk to me nice now.
Well, first of all, man, I appreciate you both having me on this podcast. I've been waiting for 2 years, so I finally made the cut. Appreciate that.
Been 2 years. Hey, Cappy.
You cap it already.
I made the cut finally. Born and raised in Spring Valley, New York, outside of White Plains, outside of Manhattan, across the GW Bridge. I came here on a track and field scholarship to UNC Charlotte, and so I've been here ever since.
I mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So let's, being from New York and matriculating into Charlotte, in college, what was the change like? What was your like, matriculation like, your migration? How'd you feel, being a young guy coming into a new city? New York City?
Yeah. I always had an affinity for the South. I think a lot of us New Yorkers, we always thought about, I think we always had somewhat of a love affair for being in the South and, I guess Southern women and that kind of thing. So I had the interest. I came out here on a recruitment trip in high school, fell in love with the Carolinas, just the love, the peace, just not a lot of craziness in comparison to New York, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just a good environment, good people. I had to get used to people saying hello to me.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
So
That's a
just
real thing,
the first time I'm walking on campus and people are just saying hi to me, I'm like, I'm looking back like, what are you talking to me? Like, I don't think I met you.
Yeah.
So that was just a quick adjustment, but it's been great, and I've been here ever since. I have no complaints about the South, no complaints about Charlotte per se. I think Charlotte has been a progressive city. I always say, if we don't have it, we're gonna have it soon. We're getting it soon.
Yeah.
And we've from professional athletes to businesses. I think we compete and do pretty well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I never like, and I want you to chime in, but like, it's like whenever a New Yorker moves to the South or to the city, we are very surprised about people saying hi to us, because we'll live next door to a person for years and not know who our next door neighbors are.
right.
But we just don't talk to people. Like, it was just because in New York the hustle is so much, and you don't know who you're talking to, and you're like, what you want? You know what I mean? Like, it's always an angle.
And
y'all
are New Yorkers, bro.
Yeah.
So I played and lived in Jersey and New York.
So you know all about it.
No, yeah. So my experience is this: we get to the airport, JFK. The guy clearly is from New York that works at the airport. And I'm like, hey, bro, can you tell me? He's like, what? I'm like, what you mean, what?
I just want help.
You know? He was like, oh, no, it's over there. I'm like, okay, I have to get used because everybody's like that up there.
Yeah.
From the South, that's like my second time in New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, this is what it is.
And you know, and I think New York is special because it's the only place where you have like, you know, just depending on the tonality and how you say something means 5 or 6 different things.
It does,
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yo, hey,
And
bro.
we like that down here too.
Yo, hey, bro, or yo, hey, bro, or
Yeah.
yo, hey, bro, or bro. You know, just whatever. There's different tones and different inflections. It means something totally different. Might mean beef. Might mean step away. It might mean I know what's up. You know, whatever. It's just it's always it's different.
And it is that up there. We have our like connotations of. It's like, what's happening? Or what's happening?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's happening? Yeah.
I know
That's
what's
true.
But I love it
Yes.
though. I love being up there. What was like the main outside of, you know, people speaking to you, the adjustment to moving from the north to the south when you came down here? Because like in the time periods, it's different for different people.
Yeah.
And the adjustment is different from moving from the. I know I had to go from the south to the north. But you moved from the north to the south. What was the main adjustment other than what's happening?
You know that's a great question. What I can say is that I didn't have too much of an adjustment that needed to happen because I ran track. I came here in a track and field scholarship, so I came into like a somewhat of a family, you know, and I had a support group.
Right.
It's not like I came alone and had to figure things out. I had a team. I had a coach and the players and all that kind of helped me. And so helped me adjust. So I was, my freshman year, I was clueless. I was just running in the wind, man. Just
kid.
Just right. Just a kid, just happy.
Adjust.
I was just happy to be here.
Right.
I had no idea where I was going. Yeah.
That's real. So you got. I want to touch on this too because you have your background is Haitian.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sapase, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Shout,
yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Talk that flyness, talk to me nice. So being from the Haitian descent and background, how do you feel that shaped you? And I guess in like you as a young man coming from New York and being in New York and then coming to Charlotte, because culture is always within you. It's rich in you.
Yeah.
Your parents raise you to keep your culture and to learn that. And you being from up north and coming here to the south, how did that intertwine with you being here?
Yeah, I think it gave me. Well, already just coming from New York, we already had some edge to us. We already had some confidence and just whatever. We just had that already, and I think the Haitian in me as well just gave me more of the hard work and resilience, the grind, the hustle. I mean, that's still New York too, but it's just I think it's all a part of that. So just and actually now that I think about it, I mean, to answer your question, maybe that's the transition. There was not a lot of Haitians, not a lot of culture in Charlotte when I got here, or at least I wasn't exposed to it. So so I had to think about that. So I appreciate that. Now I don't think there were, because I got here. Man, I'm about to tell my age.
Go ahead, man. Sorry, black crack, let's own it.
Hey,
Man, I got here a long time ago, right? And when I got here,
Just saying, bro. What you want me to do?
they call it zaddies now.
right.
You ain't that, I'm zaddy. We zaddies.
Not a lot of Haitians, not a lot of culture, and not a lot of. I feel like I'm not well informed about it, but I don't think Charlotte had a lot of just cultural restaurants in places like that.
What year? I don't want to ask you that, bro.
I graduated.
I'm just saying. No, you my guy.
Hey, listen. I'm 48, man. I graduated I graduated college in '99, man.
Brother, you look real grateful.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Just for men, just for men. Just for men. No, just for men.
No, not yet. I let it glow.
We gotta make sure. We gotta make sure. But go ahead.
Not yet. No Beijing yet.
No Beijing.
No Beijing yet.
No
Talk
Beijing.
to me nice. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you good, man.
But real talk, I was doing Beijing just because it was cool. You know, my barber Hassan, shout out to the best barber Hassan. He had me, he had us trying to get the crisp.
Yeah, the crisp joint
you were
across.
going out. You were going out Friday night. You had to get the Beijing, but that's
when I met you, I had a hairline, man. I don't have one no more. But you're flossing too much.
Show them
Go back into what you. Yeah.
Show them your hairline. Huh? Show them your.
Nah, you acting like cousin L. Right
I'm
now,
just
so
saying.
See. Look. Now if I say something, you know what I mean?
No, I get in my bag. You know, but I nah. But you know what's crazy, bro? Like, cause New York is such a like where y'all from, both of y'all. I can speak, and Mama Love too. Like, it's such a melting pot.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always thought about like, damn, I don't never think about people going from New York or Jersey or Philly or anywhere to like North or South Carolina.
Yeah.
And how they have to adjust to that. Because the guys from New York, when we were growing up, they come down here and like we can't wait to get into it with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they coming over here thinking they're coming to take over.
Bro,
you're like, nah, man.
Playing.
Don't come with that. Don't come with that
come down here
BS.
playing with us, bro. You know, but going from south to north is more like we, in my opinion, most of the guys I know that we more reserved. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get used to the lifestyle up there. But that's interesting though, man. But you playing sports is international.
That's right.
So I understand. I can see how that was more of a comfortable transition.
You know, I don't know what the statistics are, but I think when I got graduated around '99. There weren't a lot of New Yorkers here.
Yeah, you're right.
I think within the past like 10 or 15 years,
it's been a surge.
It's just a lot of cats from Buffalo. I mean, and then you got Pittsburgh, Clinton, everybody's coming out here.
Ohio, a lot of people from Ohio. Ohio's a lot of people from
DC.
But around that time, not a lot of Haitians, not a lot of New Yorkers. I think it just started like coming hot and heavy. And pause.
Yeah, pause. I was about to say pause. You caught it. You caught it. You on point. We crazy. It's crazy. It's nasty work out here. Yo, I was about to get you. I wasn't going to do it. I'm glad you said it.
I know where I am. I know where I am.
Woo.
So,
talk.
But anyways,
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
He figured it out.
You know what's funny? Any other day, I'm not saying it, but I know the kind of company I'm in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that was crazy. But go ahead though. You good though.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So all right. So like it's funny because like. And I don't want to get too much into your situation because we want to get back to you. But I remember it's just funny, like, with New Yorkers, like I feel like, when I met Ant, I didn't really know that Ant played basketball. It was crazy. I didn't know he played basketball.
How did y'all meet?
We just met organically. We used to go to this bar called Infused. Oh yeah. And we used to hang out. We started talking. Started talking to him, and because the biggest guy in the bar is really Randall, right?
Yeah.
My cousin. Yeah, Randall's the biggest guy in the bar. So
I keep forgetting y'all.
Yeah.
Bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, we just started talking, and I never what I learned about living in Baltimore, and I went to Morgan State. When I went to Morgan, I didn't come off like a straight New Yorker because they wanted you to do that, like you said, because they wouldn't want to find a reason.
That's right. They want to test you.
They want to test you. But when they find out if you do it the right way and you cool,
Right.
They really he cool. We're gonna let him live. But that one over there, shots fired, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't come with the arrogance.
Yeah, you can't, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't because you should never. If you a true, I feel like true New Yorkers blend in.
That's right.
The ones that weren't real when they were at home. They the ones that want to show out and go somewhere else.
That makes
You know what I'm
sense
saying?
That's right. That
I'm
makes a
telling
lot
you,
of sense.
because they was getting punked at home,
That's
so now
right.
they want to go somewhere else and be like, I'm the big dog, and
That's right.
That's
exactly right.
It doesn't work like that.
That's exactly right.
That make a lot of sense.
yeah.
Because them the only ones used to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't wanna
Down
get it.
here.
Yeah,
Them the only ones.
Yeah.
Like all the cool guys from up top, they
We just
chilling.
trying to lay low.
Yeah, we
having
blend
a good time.
in, like, yeah.
Yeah, because you
Them ones come down here playing.
If you're a person of real like life stature and experiences, you want to learn different people, learn different cultures. You don't want to sit here and alienate yourself to be on an island by yourself.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So
And present yourself like where you're from is better than everybody
Yes,
else's.
yes,
You know, you
yes.
can't step into somebody else's city, somebody else's town,
Yep.
and
just say
just carry yourself like
Yep.
that. I mean, you can be confident, but
Yeah.
not to where you're like, I'm better than
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
here. That's the quickest way to get.
Y'all seen the movie Casino, one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Sam went down there to Vegas playing with all his guys from New York.
Yeah.
And the OG said, we're going to have to get their ass up out of here. It's really like
That's
that.
right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
So it is what
Yeah.
it is. But I mean, at the same time, I think like what you, to piggyback off what you said, Jan, it's helped the city a lot economically.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
You know, we teetered between 2 and 3 with, the banking.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
So, I mean, that doesn't happen without more diversity and people coming to the city.
That's right.
I just need them to stop coming to the city now because it's the traffic. You can't drive.
45 is crazy.
It's crazy.
77, 277, but on some real shit. Like, it's really been good for the city.
No, you're
It's been
right,
good
man.
for the state. You know what I mean? Like, on some real stuff, bro. Like, I'm not mad at it from that standpoint. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, tell the people stop moving.
No. I mean,
just
that's real talk. I mean, it's something I can't remember the number. Something like 148 people, something like that. 148 people a day moved to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got people coming from California
Yeah.
because of what's going on there with the
Because it's expensive too.
yeah.
so.
But like you said, man, like we're overcrowded in Charlotte. I think we don't have any more space for anybody else. We're good.
Bro, I live in Waxhaw, bro. I remember it used to take me 13 to 15 minutes to get to 45.
You get on Providence.
It's taking me damn near 30 minutes to get to 45.
Because they're not because there's still one lane.
But they
lane.
moving. They move. They doing a lot of construction out there.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
But the city is growing faster than it could build.
Yes.
Also,
that's right.
You know what I'm
also,
The infrastructure hasn't caught up with
Also,
with the people.
Right.
I want to say one thing to New Yorkers. We'll get back to you. I want to say one thing about the New Yorkers that moved down here. Listen, don't come down here and complain about they don't have no Jamaican spots. They don't have this. They don't have that. Ain't no bodegas down here. Stop. That's corny. If you, I'm gonna tell you something. As a New Yorker, listen, you're not in New York. They're gonna have a bodega on every corner. You know what I mean? It's a different city. Don't come down here and complain about, oh, I ain't got this. I can't go get my deli meat, pause, and do all this. Like, yo, it's not the city. Stop doing that, man. It's corny. It's corny. Y'all doing too much. I'll tell y'all doing too much.
I do miss
You know what I'm
them
saying?
chop. I wish we
You
had
know what I
the
mean?
chopped cheese.
He want chopped cheese. Yeah, he want chopped cheese. So he love his chopped cheese.
You get 4 or 5
Yeah.
chopped cheese and go all the way back to
Oh,
Jersey for the
man.
next
Yo,
3
you
days.
get a heartburn
I
with
ain't
that
got
chopped cheese, son.
No, man.
I
but
can't
they
do that at
so
my age.
great.
son.
You got to
Yeah.
watch them make it. I got to watch them make
Yeah.
it.
Pause.
I ain't going outside. Watch them make the chopped cheese.
Chopped it. So let's get back to my man. So
Yeah.
Listen. So I want to tell you something. You are. I look at you as a major influencer in the city of Charlotte.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I've watched you for years. You've done a lot of events, and you've been in a lot of activities to help build the city up. And you're not even from the city, but you are from the city because you've lived here long enough.
Yeah.
And so that's when we
I can't claim New York anymore.
Yeah.
I've been there too long.
Yeah. Right. I'm on the cusp.
Ain't no
I'm
New
on the
Yorker
cusp.
not ever gonna claim New York, and you from New York.
If I say that to somebody else, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, you ain't from New York anymore. You
I see.
you in Charlotte now."
Yeah, Charlotte.
You know, if I ask somebody if I meet someone, because I get this all the time, they ask me where I'm from or where I'm like I'm from New York. how long have you lived in Charlotte? 20 plus years. Oh man, you
you
ain't
from
from New
here,
York no
yeah.
more. Like so, I
Yeah.
guess I'm a Charlatan.
But they don't understand. You never lose it. You never.
That's
you,
right.
You, you never. You never lose
You're
it.
definitely a
It's
Charlatan,
different.
but you never lose.
Yeah,
It's
my mom
different.
and dad are still in New York, so that's my claim. So I still,
is my mom.
I still have a connection.
So is my mom. My mom work in Brooklyn.
That's right.
Yeah, and I don't even like Brooklyn.
First time I saw
Used to
bro,
get robbed in Brooklyn. So you know, train get robbed.
I was scared.
Brooklyn
Brooklyn keep on taking it, huh?
Yeah,
Brooklyn
Brooklyn,
keep on
man.
taking it.
See, I'm from the. I'm on the. Man, they had me scrambling like 2 eggs on Sunday morning.
Two
you
eggs
get
on
on,
Sunday
you get on that A train, go through Grand Street, then go through Utica. Let's get there. We ain't get into we ain't get into
had
that.
to take that train
I
without
was
telling
running.
Tell
I
me
was
you
running.
mad. Tell
Yeah,
me
I
you
was
mad.
running. So you were on a show called The Have Nots of Charlotte. The Have and the Have Nots.
To have and to
To
hold.
have and the whole.
To have and the whole. Yep.
To have and the whole. Apologize.
Yep.
So, how was that experience? It was on the own channel.
Yeah. It was a really good experience. You know, what I really enjoyed about the show is a few things. One, some of the people that were on the show with us, we were friends before, so we had a chance to go through an experience together. And not many people, good, bad, or indifferent, however, whatever you want to say about the show, not many people can say they were on a national syndicated a reality show, and you know, we went through the whole process together. So that was a great experience. And also, I think I think it was somewhat therapeutic as well.
That's what I was going. Yeah,
Yeah, you
Keep
know,
going. I'm listening.
and it just had you kind of look into yourself more, and just kind of reevaluate who you were, and you know, your relationship, and you know, just who you are as a person. You just kind of you looked at yourself,
Right.
and it just had you think more about you as a person. So I enjoyed that, and the last thing is that we got a chance, and I've always, I'm a community person. I got this from my mother and father. They're huge community people in their town. We got a chance. Our goal was to really incorporate local businesses and just put Charlotte on the map.
So you guys shot in my cigar lounge.
Exactly. So I was going to that. So we one of the hottest cigar lounges. I was we had to go out there. We shot a scene at your spot.
Yeah, my spot, yeah.
And
I appreciate it so much.
That was one of the best scenes, and that's it. So we wanted to just uplift and support local businesses. So we got a chance to do some of that. There was a lot of scenes that got cut, and we went to a lot of different places, and they just and the negative side of it is that you don't have creative control. The networks do, so you can only say and push for and lobby for so much. They decide what's hot, what's not, what's gonna sell. But we were pushing. They came to us and they asked us where we wanted to shoot, and we said we want to go here. We want to highlight local businesses. We want to highlight black businesses. And we did as much as we could.
I'm gonna ask, bro, because because it's crazy because I didn't know Rashawn when he had the cigar spot, and I met you later.
Yeah.
And not knowing that y'all knew each other.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I watched your show though.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was a little younger, but like I want to ask you this, but like on some real so now media is different than when y'all had the show.
Yeah.
In terms of shows with that kind of content and those kind of meanings, like that was a positive show.
Yes, it was.
We tried our best to make it positive.
No, I mean stuff happened.
Yeah.
But it was essentially it's supposed to be that.
Yep.
And now we need that more than ever.
Yeah.
What y'all represented, like with the show represented. I only watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
But
And by the way,
I mean I knew about you. I seen it. I saw a lot of clips, but I wasn't like an avid watcher.
Yeah.
But I know what it represented.
Yep. Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad it came over that way.
Hell yeah, to us, yeah.
No.
of course.
So like, I want. That's why I want to chime in. Yandrick, I will tell you, this podcast is built for positive situations, positive energy. Ant talked to me one night and was like, "You need to do a podcast," and I wasn't sure of myself. And by the way,
Ant and I had been talking about this, and he mentioned this like a long time ago. He said, "Man, I got to do he wants to do a podcast." This is before like this whole thing happened, right?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, like he talked about this
Talk about it.
a while ago.
We ain't just talking. I'm gonna manifest
Right,
something.
right.
We gonna
So to
manifest
see
something.
it,
Something gonna happen.
right, to see it coming to fruition is amazing, man. I love it. I love it. And I didn't know you guys connected too. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
bro,
he told me one night, he was like, you got to really do it. He called me when I was taking my girls back to my mom's house one time, and I was driving to Jersey, and I was pretty down at the time. You know, and this is mental health for me.
yeah.
I will say
Me
about
too.
yeah.
And I told him it was gonna be that.
Yeah. Him and cousin L said it's gonna be, and Mama Love said it's gonna be good mental health. Shout out to Mama Love over there in
Mama
the corner.
Love,
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Shout out.
Yeah, Mama Love.
Can we turn the camera?
Look at
But with your
Mama Love.
but with your show, I want to tell you, it was very positive, and I think the reason, and don't get mad at me for saying this, I think the reason why it didn't last is because it was too positive, and people want to sell negative images of us, and no matter what y'all was doing, you know, y'all kept it real positive. Y'all highlighted businesses. Y'all didn't let it go too much to the left. And I appreciate that, because we need to have that image of us. There was a time in life where we could watch the Cosby Show and it could sell. And that was a positive image of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, I don't want to talk about nobody else. Let them do what they do.
Yeah.
But I just think that highlighting us not with drama and more with just building and being of a positive light, it's more important for our legacy going forward.
I love it, man. I love it. You're so on point with that. I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on until a little something, some insight into the show. To your point, how the networks want that negativity. We were shooting. I think we were shooting up until episode 4 or 5, and it was all love. Everybody was just vibing. You know, it was just, you know, we were all having a good time, no issues. Just everybody just was giving, everybody gave everybody love the entire time.
Yeah.
Around around episode 5 or 6, right before we got in, they pulled us aside. They were like, "Look, man, like we need some drama. We need y'all to turn it up, because it's just not. We don't have. It's not popping right now. It's not. We need you guys. We need something to happen. You know this whole lovey-dovey thing. Like we've got to shake it up. So we were getting pushed to that, and really the beef, the situations that you see that were on the show, that didn't happen organically. I think looking back, I think those situations were antagonized. I think those situations were just, they added fuel to the fire to make that happen.
They pushed that negative narrative.
Yeah, they did, and and they did a little bit of puppetry and just kind of forced and kind of influenced the situation to be the way they were. And so there's a lot of that, and if anyone's going into a reality show, you've got to be aware of that, and try as best as possible to get some creative control.
My bad.
Okay, yeah,
bro.
no, you go.
One thing, because now where I was going earlier, like the media is different now.
Yeah.
So like you've been through that with the show. In this generation, what would you suggest? Like you just suggested, for if you're going on a love TV show, what would you suggest in terms of having more creative control, using how a lot of these young content creators are using media now? If you want to make a show like that,
Great question.
you see what I'm saying?
How do you influence?
How would you go about it? Because you said they had all the creative control, they made all the plays. So what would you do if they said, "Look, Yandrick, we want to give you full control. We want to get these people on these certain people on these shows"?
Yeah, I would. I think today the audience is different. I don't buy that drama sells anymore.
Right.
I don't think it sells like that anymore. I think that was the thing, and I think people have gotten tired of the craziness that you see with the spats and people fighting.
Started off with the Real
crazy
World
shit.
MTV. Remember Puck?
Exactly.
And, started off with that.
Exactly. That was it.
Yeah.
God.
So I think people are starving for some creativity. I think people are starving for just something different, and personality. So I think it's just so I would find people that have that just have new thoughts, new vision, just a different way of doing things, and have culture too, and have style, culture, like Mama D, just
Mama Love.
Mama Love, Mama Love. I'm sorry, Mama Love.
Mama
just
D. It's crazy.
Pause.
Pause that.
Pause. Pause. That's so good.
oh man,
Hey,
man, what's
it's
crazy?
been
What's
crazy.
crazy? Hey, what's crazy? This pause thing, man. You can do anything in some pause.
I know,
Anything.
man. That's why we got you on.
nasty work.
Yeah, like,
you gotta be around. You gotta be around the
if
young
I move my
guys.
mic like this, like pause, yo, you can't be moving your mic like that, yo. That's a pause. Oh,
It's crazy work, nasty work. But
Because we got the young homies
Exactly.
that watch it. So like, I'll get a DM or a text like, "Hey, that was crazy.
That was
what
crazy.
you
That was
said
crazy
at
work.
9
crazy
minutes
work.
and
Crazy
27
that was
seconds.
crazy work.
You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
work.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
come on, man.
it's funny.
me alone.
But you know what? But still, it's creative though. It's funny.
Yeah, nah,
I gotta love it. It's our culture. It's funny. It's funny
You
as
know
hell.
what you were on the verge of saying is very important, and what you said is important because I think with a lot of people, with cultures, period. If you're in film, or if you're in, if you're a mathematician, if you're an engineer, we as a culture we have a copycat culture right now.
Oh yeah.
And I believe in innovation. I believe back in a long time ago, people made money off of patents. You had an idea, you make a patent, and that's what made you a multimillionaire, or you change your legacy wise.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're a copycat culture. A person gets a barbershop, we get barbershops, we get hair salons, and everybody wants to be esthetician. You guys, estheticians, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying anything bad about it, but what I'm just trying to say is that we need innovation.
Yeah.
How are you going to be different from everybody else?
That's right.
You separate yourself from everybody else.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And,
That's right.
And even with shows like that, or even with a podcast, you know what I'm saying? When I talked to Ant, I said, I don't want no drama. I just want positive energy.
That's right.
And I want to stay in my lane. And if I don't go, listen, if we don't go viral, I don't care. I made a difference.
That's right.
I made a positive difference. And that's what it's about. My kids are watching this. Your kids are watching this.
Yeah.
If I sit here and do something crazy, I gotta be 60 years old. Look at what are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I was trying to go viral. It didn't work, and I just messed up my legacy.
Yeah, and it's refreshing.
Yes.
Especially today in this day and time with
Yeah.
with the climate of the world right now, with all of the turmoil, the wars, and just and just everything that's happening. I think people are seeking refuge. They're seeking spaces where they can be at peace and see signs of happiness and positivity. So, yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question out of the blue because my cousin Lawrence, be on here, and I'm gonna get back to the bio, but my cousin Lawrence be on here, and he was subscribing to it. Is the Earth flat or is it round?
Oh shoot.
I think I know what Yandrick gonna answer. I think I know what he gonna say.
Oh, so you want me to ask you?
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, you
flat
gotta
or
answer,
round?
bro. We have to ask.
Talk to me
everybody.
nice. Is it flat or?
Because if he was here, we
round?
have this session where we doing this session where it's like we not really conspiracy, but
Yeah.
we conspiracy guys.
Yeah.
a little bit. So we just ask questions to see what
I'm not conspiracy. They're
he's not.
conspiracy.
Me and L be on that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like we got our little, but he ain't here today.
Yeah, no, you know what? I don't have enough evidence. I'm a conspiracy guy too. I may not be conspiracy on that piece, but I second guess everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to question it all.
Yeah, I question
I ain't
all.
gonna lie.
I don't believe 70%, 80% of the stuff that's coming out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the Earth is round.
Especially not.
As far as I know, the Earth is round.
The Earth is round, bro.
Get your
Like
mans,
that's
get
what
your
I
man,
was
get your
saying.
man,
I'm like,
son.
bro, the Earth round. Somebody would have fell off the Earth. by now. What are we talking about?
Yo, Jordan's falling
So
off.
why
I'm
is he
just saying.
why is he saying it's flat?
Yo,
I don't know why
My
people think that.
cousin L said it's flat. He was trying to make an argument for it. I'm like, yo, I have never, like, we've been flying around. I didn't been to a lot of countries. I've been to enough countries. Not a lot. I've been to enough.
You've been to enough countries to know
To know
that
if I'm gonna
at
fall
some
off.
point you would have fell off the edge.
You would
of
have
the
fell off, son.
Come on,
Man,
Come on,
Stop
man.
playing.
He's bugging. Lauren,
Yeah,
cousin
Tiff
L.
said she's never fallen off the edge of the
Cousin
She's
L,
been
talk to me
everywhere.
nice. So
Hey,
let's get.
Tiff.
So you
Love
have
you,
a
girl.
you have a new event on May 10th. What's that about?
Yeah. So and to your point, and I'm gonna we'll segue into that is
Yes,
that
yes,
you
yes.
talked about and I got to do the shout out.
Yeah,
you
well,
talked
yeah,
about You talked about like duplication and people being copycats and that kind of thing, and just doing something different. I think there's a place for that. I think there's two lanes. You can take the route of sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes if somebody's doing it well and doing it positively, you can it's a sign of respect. Like I need to do it the way they did it, but just make sure you give them their love when you do it.
Right. Right.
Or you can use that as a baseline and then build from that. So to segue into my golf tournament, I got to shout out the one and only Herb Gray.
Okay,
Shout
well,
out to
talk
the
to me
OG.
nice.
Uncle
Talk to
Herb.
me nice.
OG.
Talk to me nice.
OG,
Talk to me nice.
OG Herb Gray,
OG.
and Felicia Gray. They were before that was the first golf tournament that I attended.
Yes.
So they were doing some phenomenal
Yes.
golf tournaments, not just tournaments, but like week of events and so ancillary events around the tournament. And they just had a formula that worked well, that was successful, that pulled in the community. It was just those were just amazing events that people looked forward to, and people wouldn't go out all year, but they came out to that event, and still do. They still come out and support Gray events.
Spring colors.
Spring colors coming up this Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
I get my suit. Yeah.
Oh wait,
we
we doing suits? Oh man.
Yeah, I'm doing suits. I gotta get something. I gotta dig in the vaults. I gotta do something nice.
Yeah.
But go ahead. My bad. Keep cooking.
Yeah.
Like, keep cooking.
Nah,
Talk
you
to me
going-
nice.
you in your bag.
Talk to me nice.
Yeah. No doubt.
Your bag,
Oh, man,
yo.
I
Let's
love
go.
it. I love it.
Yeah, Herb Gray, Herb and Felicia, they laid the groundwork for that, and they and I didn't even know that they were that I was getting ideas from them from that event, from those events when I attended. So I had no ideas of putting on my own golf tournament, and then years later, COVID came around, and I started playing golf, and I fell in love with golf, and I used to throw events and that kind of thing. So I felt like during COVID, we had these restrictions, the mandates where we could only have X amount of people around each other. We couldn't, we could only be around a certain amount of people. So I wanted this golf event to be a safe space where we can be outside, be of distance from each other, and enjoy community. And I had the ideas. I got these ideas from attending Herb Gray events, and so I didn't duplicate what they did, but it gave me framework on how to build my golf tournament and have those ancillary events. I wanted to have the same kind of concept where I had a week of events where you knew that the Herb and Felicia Gray golf tournament was going to be like a week festival. Like you had things going on. He had panel discussions and round tables and all that. So I had the same concept and just kind of took it to another level. In my from my purview.
You know what's crazy? When I first got out here, I had a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention his name. That's my dude. I love him to death. And he was like, I'm talking to my mentor about doing a franchise or whatever. And I was young at the time, very arrogant. And I have my a little bit. Still got to keep. But you learn.
It's that New York,
yeah, it's in New York. You learn how to be humble over years. But I'm like, he was talking about Herb. I'm like, hey. And I was like, he's not. He's you talking about you got somebody you looking up to? Because my mentality, I look up to my mom and my grandfather.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, to piggyback off of you, Herb Gray and Felicia Gray have helped a lot of people out in a lot of ways, including me. And I'm very, very humble and very appreciative of the relationship for them. And I definitely, I appreciate you giving them their flowers, because they are people that really help and uplift and are always there.
Yeah,
always there. As busy as they are, they will always show up.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
they will always show up.
It's amazing, and and that's the piece of like collaboration. And relationships shouldn't just be transactional.
It should not.
Right.
And
it should not.
they give and take. I mean, I don't want to say take. They give and receive.
And receive, yeah.
And And it's done, and it's just a special thing to do. And so I try to be mindful. So I have a lot of people that help me out with my events. I've got a lot of I might come up with some ideas, but I have a team of creators.
Got a good think tank.
Yeah, think tank and like just creatives.
Yeah.
The creatives today. I have a lot of respect for them. They have vision and just these thoughts that I would never even consider. So and they're the ones that kind of build that, and so I give a lot of love and credit to them for making it happen.
So your tournament. So also, hold up, you got the May 10th bringing the golf to the community.
Yes.
We're gonna touch on that.
You put the address on it?
Huh?
Where's that?
Yes. So
golf course, right?
no. So all right. So the May 10th event is a new event that we're bringing to Charlotte. It's called Bringing Golf to the Community event.
Okay.
And it's going to be on Betty's Ford. Again, we want to bring it to the community. We want to bring it to our community.
I like that.
We want to put
West
golf.
Side.
Right. We want to put golf clubs in the hands of brown and black kids, expose them to golf. And also we're using golf as a unifier. We've got, I've talked to the elders, the old heads in the community that have golfed, decades ago.
How old? What age requirement are you talking? Oh, you say
elders are,
be nice about that.
Elders
How
are.
old are you, bro? What you
No, I'm just saying. I'm younger than him. You can't tell though, because he don't use no Beijing. I look at him like, you use Beijing? I got kind of mad, son. I'm going to Turkey in a couple of weeks to get my hair back, but that's another story.
Oh yeah,
He's seriously going to Turkey.
2,500 all inclusive.
But you can't.
I want this, son. They pay for the hotel and everything. I don't care. Let them know, son.
You let them know.
You knew what I had
about
here.
that Turkey
You knew I was
trip.
fly. No,
You had a high top and everything.
I had no high top. We speed like that. I had a low
I was
season.
going to ask
Go
you
ahead,
to
let's
get
talk.
some braids. Get some dreads.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let's just get back to being serious.
Oh yeah, so using golf as a unifier, bringing, so there's stories of the elders in our Charlotte community, from Charlie Sifford and the guys around them that were like caddying for the CEO of Bank of America or whoever, and and they were allowed to golf, and they would golf on Mondays and just be in that space. And these guys were like, these guys hang around the golf courses now. They could be 70, 80, and they will whip your. I mean, they'll come in there and just because they're just so skillful. I want to use golf as a unifier to bring the older generation and the newer generation together. I'd like to see those elders come there, pass their wisdom on to these younger kids, help them, show them how to grip a club, hit a ball, that kind of thing. Just pass that on. So we're gonna have this Bringing Golf to the Community event in partnership with Archive Coffee, a black-owned coffee shop on Betty's Ford.
Nice.
And this will be an annual event where we're gonna be doing this some more. So May 10th, 11 to 1 p.m. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
So May 10th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Absolutely.
Let's get people out there, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Got
Now,
the final address on it?
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So we're gonna be doing it. we're going to be transforming this.
So people
Thanks,
can
thanks,
know.
yeah, thanks for saying
I
that.
got you, brother.
So we're going to be transforming the parking lot of Archive.
Okay.
We're going to transform that into a golf space.
Nice.
And we're going to have just different golf spaces where our sections where you can go in and get taught how to do different golf related activity.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned Charles Sifford. You know, that's on West Boulevard, so we're going to have to talk about that. We're going to have to do something over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do saying we going into tech, but I want to do something with golf. Like, we'll talk.
Let's do it. Absolutely. You know it.
We gonna
Let's
do
do
They
it.
on
Absolutely.
They on here
People over there.
cutting side deals.
For sure.
They on here cutting side deals.
I've been over there. I've done
You
events.
sound like G Money right now in New Jack City, son.
Nah, man, we all a family. Everybody eats, B.
That's right.
Everybody got
Nah,
to
but you
eat.
mentioned Charles Sifford. You know, we done did events over there. So
Yeah.
for y'all to, good luck.
Yeah. For sure.
I've been wanting to do something. And my manager, shout out to Vina Vaughn. She used to do golf tournaments.
Yeah.
So we gonna be locked in, bro.
Yeah,
But that's
let me-
dope. Man.
no,
That's super dope.
No, let me know for sure. Like we're just getting started. It's all about. We talked about this before we started. The spirit,
definitely.
spirit of collaboration.
Absolutely.
I think Charlotte needs more collaboration, and I'm open to it. So let's make it happen.
So I'm calling you tomorrow.
Let's talk the G Money. You cut a side deal.
How you that side deal, bro? We family.
So let's talk about collaboration real quick. I'm gonna get back to the golf because I really want to highlight that. But collaboration. Me being in Charlotte for the years that I've been in, you were here prior to I got it. So it's weird because I didn't know you did parties until and I used to do a lot of parties, right? Events or whatever. We call them events or now, right?
Yes,
Not parties,
events.
right? Events. We hate being called promoters.
That's right.
We're curators or whatever. Right?
right.
Like we're trying to make it a big word. But I didn't know you were doing a lot before I got here, and I just I look at the pattern of people that come here from maybe out of state, or and they think they're gonna come here,
come in and start popping.
This is a great topic because it kind of ties into somebody from out of state coming in and saying they're gonna take over.
Yeah.
And you come in here, you're like, all right, this is a small, because Charlotte's more like a town, it's not a city.
They
But
underestimate.
They underestimate, but the culture is underestimated because you always got to get back to the culture, and you always got to give back to the city. And the city is bigger; it's always going to be bigger.
Yeah.
If you know East Charlotte, North Charlotte, South Side, you got to really be plugged in to really be around these people.
That's right.
Yeah. How did you maturate into that situation and deal with that?
I got to tell you, man, I love this question. I made a lot of mistakes. I failed a lot. Things that I tried to put on, things that I tried to produce just didn't work. Some failed, some worked, some didn't. I was with, I had this, four of us, we had this entertainment group called Constant Entertainment. And we threw parties at, remember Twist? It was before, before
Twist.
it was, now it's what? Now it's Church and Union. Before that it was,
Before
Church and Union, it was
Fifth and Church?
Fifth and Church.
Fifth and Church.
Before Fifth and Church, it was.
Fifth and Church, yeah. I guess I'm a charlatan. I know.
Listen, I never forget, man. We put, and we were going up against Inner Circle. Remember Inner
Inner
Circle?
Circle was the guy.
Yeah,
private
man.
parties and all the.
Yeah. So
we used to go to all the parties.
So we were, and so we went into Twist, and we wanted to get a Friday night for a party, and they were like, "Yo, you need a $4,000 bar guarantee," and at that time I was like, I ain't got it, but and you're like, so what you need to do is just give us a check, give us a blank check, give us a check for $4K, and at the end of the night, if you don't, whatever you don't meet. We're gonna take it out of this check. We're just gonna cash the check. So, I'm sweating. I was like, I didn't care. I was like, you know what? We believe that this is gonna work.
Yeah.
And I just wrote a check for $4K, and the whole night I'm just walking around like, you gonna buy a drink? Buy a drink. You gonna buy a drink? Please buy. These drinks are great. Buy a drink. So we made the tab. but like it took us a while to form the right collaborations, to network. And I talk about this now. It's, there's art in networking. There's, it's not just networking, it's strategic networking. So there's a lot that I had to do, my partners and I, that we had to do to lay the groundwork here. I think people that come in and think that they can do that quickly are, one, arrogant, and two, think lowly of the city, the people in Charlotte and everything else. Like, you're gonna get spit out quickly.
Very quick.
So just really making the right alliances and giving back and proving that I'm just not transactional, that I'm here to uplift the
I like
community.
that. Proving you're not
And
transactional.
you articulated that so well, bro.
Yeah.
Because being a Charlatan, like my whole life, I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
But I came home. But what you just said from being from out of town, it's not just a transactional thing, because people down here in the South, it's more about them relationships, business and personal. People come down here like, oh, I got money. You're like, we got money.
Right.
Anybody can make some money. Like, it's not like
what
that.
else?
It's why are you coming down here with that type of arrogance?
That's right.
They will cut you out of everything. Because I tell you right now, Charlotte is cliquey as hell.
They're very cliquish.
You have to be around.
That's right.
No, it is clicky. Like,
one
you
of the
gotta be.
cliquiest
You
places you ever-
you
Yes.
have to actually. And it's the Carolinas. It ain't just Charlotte. It's North and South Carolina.
But and you want to say one thing? That's what bothered me about it. Like, so in Baltimore, people don't know. I used to do hip hop in Baltimore.
And no disrespect
In
to nobody
Baltimore-
from up north. You
No,
know
no,
what
no,
I'm
no. It's all love. It's all love. What you talking?
No,
It's
no,
a
you just
conversation.
gotta come.
It's a
come
conversation.
Yeah.
And like, in Baltimore, I
You used to do hip hop, like you used to.
No,
you used
no,
to
no.
dance
Yeah,
hip
he's
hop?
down here doing the 50 dance and all that. I
Like
get
three
money.
times dope. Used to
I almost got signed, bro.
like. What do you mean? Like dancing hip
Yo, I
hop?
got mixtapes in Baltimore. They call me Profound in Baltimore. They know, like,
Hey man, we got it.
No, I'm saying like dance. Used to dance.
No, I used to rap. son.
Oh, you used to rap.
Man, I used
All
to
right.
dance.
Who was
Niggas
finna sign
heavy-
you, bro?
Niggas Heavy D, bro.
You didn't know that about him? He was to rap for real.
Yeah, seriously.
Wait, who was finna sign you?
I was signing Michael Lombard. He used to label Atlantic Records. I go put him out there. He got a mall strip in Dubai right now. He could test. Most definitely.
Okay.
We're gonna have to get him on.
I'm official. I'm
Right.
We
official.
have to
Get
get
him
him
on
on the
the
show.
The Baltimore
We have
Baltimore
to.
ceasefire. I can say it on tape. The Baltimore ceasefire was my partner Ogun, and my man is Wink. They know Baltimore. I'm official. Scar Akbar, Los. I know.
Oh, King
I'm official.
King Los?
Come on, talk to me nice.
Oh, no, I promise King Los.
I used to go. Listen. I used to go. Listen. Hold on. Listen. I used to go to the Five Seasons. People in Baltimore know about the Five Seasons. You know about the original Five Seasons? Not the new one. The one on Guilford.
The one on Guilford.
I'm Profound.
He know
They
the guy.
They know why.
The homies watching if you bring it up.
I know. I'm in Baltimore.
No, we gotta bring Mike Lombard. What's
Yo.
bro?
Huh?
He's coming on the show, bro.
Listen.
He was at Atlantic.
You ain't gonna mention his name out there in Springfield, but your man's brother-in-law knows me. Preem. He knows me.
Shout out to Preem.
Preem knows me.
Preem
from Baltimore.
Okay.
He didn't. When I met son, he didn't know me from here.
Okay.
He was like, when I saw him in the streets, your man, mention his name, he was like, yo, I'm gonna meet so and so. He was like, yo, Profound. I know Profound. He performed the persona. I got a whole nother life.
All right, so
I got a whole nother. Talk to me nice.
So Profound.
Profound. They
what's
call
up.
me Pro. Yeah.
He ain't
That's stuff like-
freestyled one episode, bro.
Yeah, no.
I need him to
I'm not-
freestyle.
Yo,
That's dope.
Clint know that.
No, that's
shout out to
dope.
Clint.
Years
Happy
ago.
birthday, Clint.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday, my
to
brother.
Clint. Yeah, birthday, my
Clint.
brother.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday, OG.
birthday.
Yeah,
Clint,
no,
Clint,
hey, you know what? That's pretty cool, man. If we had social media and like all that back in the day, we would have seen some profound.
There's some clips out
So-
there.
oh, you got some clips? How do we find them?
YouTube?
That's
YouTube.
before YouTube, man.
can we
He
stop?
got- No, tell him freestyle right now.
Whoa.
Tell him freestyle right now.
Oh, wait, that was before YouTube.
I got
You had it
different life.
before YouTube.
No, I had YouTube back then. I
What year
got
was that?
videos on YouTube, man. I got videos on YouTube with
Is it
Jefferson
on
Avenue.
MySpace? Is it on MySpace?
No, it's on YouTube.
That's crazy, he said. MySpace, though. Am I tripping or is he tripping?
It's
Talk
on
to me
MySpace.
nice. They gotta talk. Let me get back to my stylist. They talk. You gotta talk to me nice. But look, so but what I want to say about that is this. Me doing that when I was younger, I just really I really learned how cities are different.
Yeah.
And with Charlotte, what I will say is that it is very cliquish, but if you meet the right people and you deal with the right people the right way, it's a bedrock of a foundation. It's a beautiful foundation, and you've been here for so many years, and to meet great people, it's just about the camaraderie of just meeting a good community of people.
Yeah.
And I really, this is what I really appreciate about Charlotte. It's small, it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right, but you know who you need to know.
Yeah.
You know who you need to know. And I will always say that. And
Yeah.
I'm glad I met you. Because listen, I met you through Clint. And also, I was telling Ant to go to WCN.
Yes.
Gotta get into that.
Yes.
Whiskey Cigar Nights.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's an invite only. But like you
Yes.
guys have been throwing it. You, Clint,
Yeah.
James Waters.
Yep. And Patrick Laguerre.
And Patrick.
Yeah.
You guys and you pushed me in the pool at Patrick's house. I didn't. That was crazy. That's the night.
What y'all had going on? I want to hear about that.
Man,
I want to hear about what happened,
That was a
bro.
good night. That was a good night. That was a fun night.
Hey, shout out to D
It
Springs.
was a fun night.
It was a fun night. It was
One
a
of my
fun
favorite
night.
comedians
But
ever.
like, all I remember is everybody started lifting at 5 o'clock. Everybody went to the gym and started lifting. We had a good time though. Like, he pushed me, and I lost my Burberry glasses, my prescription Burberry
Still
glasses.
waiting for 'em?
I'm still waiting for them to back. I don't know if they in the
Y'all
bottom of
say
the
he
pool.
ain't paying for the prescription Burberrys, man.
But
It was cracking.
But the Whiskey Cigar Nights, I think when I first went to my first one, and I want to touch on that because that's a staple. There are a lot of it's first off it's about brothers coming together, smoking cigars, having good whiskey, good bourbon.
Yeah.
Great bourbon
and
over
having
there.
conversation and networking.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys come up with that?
Yeah, so what it started, Clint and I were at an event, hanging out with some other guys, and we were just kind of, dabbling in whiskey, and we just really wanted to know more about it and just dive deeper into it. And we just started. We were like, no, why don't we have a couple of guys over and just like. And invite people over, and we just, we can just crack open some bottles and just, and just chill and fellowship. And we just decided, let's just go big the first time and make it. So what it is, we wanted to build a space where people can collaborate, network, fellowship, and it's just men. And so it's an invite. So what it is, it's an invite only. You guys have been. So we're thankful that you guys have been supportive. We've been doing this for almost 8 years now. It's an invite only event, and we vet everybody. So if you're inviting someone, you have to vouch for that person.
Yeah.
And we have it at someone's house, which is the other reason why we want it to be. These are high caliber men that are successful in Charlotte, in surrounding areas that are, good people. And we're bringing these people to someone's house, where they have their families living. So we don't want to bring just anybody into the home of, of someone. So we're really particular about the people that we have, and it's really, we make it a point. We stop the event halfway through, and we make it a point to tell each person to introduce themselves and talk about what they do. Not to be braggadocious, for them to just say, hey, I'm a CPA. Hey, I own X, Y, and Z. Hey, I'm an executive at whatever. So that the person next to you can tap you and say, hey, I've been looking for a CPA, or I've been looking for a commercial real estate guy. I've got some property that I'm trying to build and whatever. And so you have all that in one space, and we can rely on each other. We don't have to go outside of our room. We have everything right there.
And I want to say one segue. If you guys ever are lucky to get invited to this event, make sure you bring somebody that's not taking pictures of people's houses.
It got weird.
I saw one guy do that, and I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?" This is something where it's not about. And I want to I gotta say it. I'm sorry, Mama Love. I gotta get out there and say it. You know, we're a brotherhood that deals with classy people, and first of all, like he said, they have their families out there.
Yeah.
So we don't. There's no pictures. There's no. If you know, you know. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah. You just know.
You just know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know, that's something that, you know, we and I'm not saying we. I just been to a lot of them, and that's how I've been telling Ant for years to go to one, and he finally went to the one at Herb's house.
I saw you over there.
Yeah.
And that's the one Rock couldn't make.
Yeah, I wasn't making. I was out of town.
I'll just, you know, I can attest to everything. Listen, that was one of the dopest events.
I used to big y'all up.
That is the best event I've been to in Charlotte in my life.
Wow.
Because I've been knowing Herb since I was a kid.
Wow.
I knew a lot of the other guys. You know, I had known you for years.
Yeah.
And that was my first time being there. And man, I'm talking about resource network. I got a whole new dentist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like just everything.
That's my man. My man live in Pipe.
Yeah, I ain't gonna put his name.
Devon.
Devon
Devon is my guy.
That's the
Yeah.
homie.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go see him soon.
I'm doing some work. I'm doing some work for Devon right now.
listen,
Devon's got this. Devon has this app called My Paperwork app that's coming out right now. That's gonna help reduce the spread of STDs in Charlotte and in other cities across
I ain't
the country.
going to him for that. He just
No. That's for the dental work. No, but he's also building. He's also building this app that is.
I ain't know he was doing that. That's what's up.
Yeah. We're helping him launch this app. So shout out to that. We're helping him launch this app in about
That's what's up.
60 days, and it's you know, so there's a dating app that helps you really check the health of your partner.
Okay.
So. You know, yeah.
Now, Devon,
And he needs to. Can he come on the show and talk about it?
I know Devon when I was in Morgan.
I know. All right. So that's yes. All right. So
That's my guy.
Bet.
Yeah.
It's really dope.
Devon, people don't know about Devon. So Devon's so outside of Clinton, Devon is like a devoted boxing fan.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I only talk to.
You told him.
He's a cut man. He's a cut man.
He's trying to be. Yeah, he's doing a cut. Yeah, he told me about it. Yeah,
He's in the ring. He's in the ring.
When was that tank fight when we was over there at Ian's spot downtown?
Yeah.
He was with you.
Yeah. That's my guy.
Y'all was in the cut.
Yeah. Devon knew me when I had hair. But like that's another story. Yeah. So, but it's like so.
Yeah, WCN was good.
WC. Listen, for people that don't know, and it's not for everybody, and it shouldn't be for everybody, but like WCN helped me meet a lot of people in Charlotte and connect. And I always gotta thank you, Clint, James, and Patrick for creating that event. I've had some great nights there. Sometimes I didn't want to leave. It was just good times. You
None
know
of
what
us
I mean?
wanted to leave.
Yeah, it's good times, man.
Just being around, you know, and you don't always get to be around just. And I hope I don't have to say pause. You don't always have to. You don't always get to be around men.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we're just being around each other, and we're fellowshipping. We're talking about business. We're talking about family. We're talking about children. We're talking about our spouses. We're talking about our girlfriends. Whatever. We're just in a safe space.
Yeah.
And you know, and what's funny is, occasionally we have events where we bring women in.
Yeah.
And some of the guys are like, yo, man, like, why?
Why?
Like,
Why?
you know, this is our space.
The last one
like
was-
they're like, nah, what are you doing? Like, you know, it's like they really value that space, that safe space, because we don't have that anywhere else.
And how important? How do you feel about black men having that, or men period, having that safe space?
Yeah,
It's not
you
about
know-
black. It's about men period. Like having that
Yeah,
safe
you know, I think well, I want to talk about black men. I think that we are overlooked. I'm sorry. I think that there's a lot of emphasis on everybody and everyone and different whatever. But like black men are just like we carry a lot. We carry a lot of weight. I mean, a lot of weight on our shoulders that that people just overlook and just think that it's just, common. We need these spaces, and of course we need to normalize having therapy, normalize having those conversations, and normalize going to see someone and talk to someone. It's cultural. We all know this. It's culturally we've been taught to be to keep our feelings to ourselves and not not do any of that. So I'm trying to be more emotionally intelligent, but there's I think we need that. And so men in general, I think we need I think just across the board, I don't think that we have been wired that way, and we just need to rewire rewire that and normalize having conversations with each other about those intimate situations about life. So
bro, that's such a deep that's a great point, bro. Because recently this week, Anthony Mackie, Captain
my
America,
guy, yes,
one of my favorite actors ever. He's probably underrated because he plays so many different roles and does a great job, and he really get no credit. There's a few guys like that I respect, but he spoke on a podcast about raising his kids.
He almost got
to
canceled.
be masculine.
He almost got canceled.
How?
Yeah,
This is my point. Like I'm not gonna go in. I want to ask you because you got boys.
Yeah.
So and I got 3 boys, and I didn't have a problem with nothing he said. And I'm gonna just speak on it myself. I don't know what y'all want to speak on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know bro got all girls, so I get it. But you got nephews, you got some little homies and stuff. You know what I mean? It's all right. I love you.
homies.
Little homies. You gotta raise them too.
I got a story for y'all, but let y'all talk first.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk.
You got little YNs. You got little YNs.
We definitely got YNs.
YNs.
We gonna see the YNs in the little
Yeah.
But I didn't have a problem with anything he said because I didn't feel like he disrespect. It's too much going on with people coming out of nowhere and pulling themselves into shit that don't have nothing to do with them. He ain't say nothing about nobody. He just said, look, I'm the same. My oldest son is 12. And my daughter's 16. She regulate when she come to Charlotte. She live in Atlanta. But when she come here, she regulate them boys. But my oldest son is 12. My twin boys are 8.
Yeah.
If I got to go out of town or if I'm out the house, my oldest is regulating them.
That's right.
Listen to grandma, listen to mama, listen to niecey, listen to this, that, and the other. Because when daddy get home, they going to say something to him and then he on y'all ass.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's different.
So you need to have that level, like that layer of structure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's all he said.
Yeah.
It's about cancel them because of that. Like, what do you want them to do?
Yeah, I think
everybody just run around the house acting crazy. Like, what the? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta look at the interview again, but I think he was being accused of like toxic masculinity. I think is what happened.
See, that's what.
I think
say one thing.
I don't.
No, I know what it is. I know what it is. Listen.
Okay, you say
one
what
thing.
is that?
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, no, you good.
So this is gonna. Okay, I didn't want to.
Every time I look at you, bro, I cannot see Gary Payton. I'm just saying, I'm listening to it. This shit crazy. I don't know if it's the hat.
Like
you done cut your hair on your face. No, I'm listening, bro. I love you. Talking to you nice.
Yo,
You know we love GP. GP got to come on the show. GP come on the show.
GP, if you're with
But
me.
Just saying.
So I actually went to when I was married, I went to a therapist. And when I went to a therapist, she told me, because of the way I was raised, because I was raised in New York City, in my environment and the way I was a little bit aggressive.
Bro.
She called it male
Toxic masculinity.
toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, that's a different phrase. And I took it, and when I was married, I was like, oh, I gotta step back and and do all this and whatever. And I realized, I'm gonna be honest with you, I realized, and maybe I'll catch flack for saying this, I realized as a man, my grandfather raised me. He kept me alive in New York City. He kept me alive. He was aggressive with me, but he was raising a young black man in New York City. He had to do what he had to do. And if male toxicity, and I learned everything from him. Yeah. And you know what? I went to private school. I finished college. I think I'm successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You are.
If that's male toxicity, then you know what? That's what it is. I think these people make up these terms and they say this stuff to actually just make you feel like you're supposed to just be in a box, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But I was told that I have dealing with male toxicity, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, no. When I feel like, and I don't want to get too much into, get to the weeds of it, but like when you're running a household, old school wise, right? And you know, as you maturate into a family, especially now, the man is the man. Everybody has a role. The woman is the woman. And the kids,
and that's no disrespect.
No disrespect to nobody, because a mother's going to give something that a father
man
can't
can't
give.
do.
A man can't give. Yeah. Sometimes when a man's going to be too strong, a mother's going to coddle, but you need that because that's a balance.
Yep.
It's a total
woman
balance.
can do things that a man can't do in that house.
Yeah.
And a man can do things women may not can do in that house.
But as a man, you're supposed to be a man. We're manly men. We're not supposed to. We are raising leaders. I look at my kids as leaders. I look at my kids as the future. I am not going to be weak. I refuse to be weak.
You got my last name in that house.
Now,
you ain't finna be walking around here with no types of weakness.
Yeah. No.
I'm just saying in general. Now, respect that woman.
Yeah.
Respect her.
So 100%. I've got 2 boys, and that's my approach. But I do understand the toxic masculinity piece that people are talking about. There's some of it. I think what happens is, what's happening, or what has happened, is some of the methods in how we have been raised to raise our children are toxic. There are certain things that can be toxic that we have to reprogram ourselves and say, you know what, there's no need to do that to make sure that our sons are going to be manly men. They're still going to be manly men, but we don't have to force them to do something to be tough.
That's what I'm saying? Yes, that's it right there. Because I don't need to force you to be a tough guy. That's how we was raised.
And that's the toxic part about it.
Yeah.
This is
I'm gonna tell you
with this.
I'm gonna tell you something. My girls, I love my girls to death, right? But when I grew up, if I talk back once, you got your head handed to you. That's what it was.
Same here.
Same, you know what I mean?
You couldn't even finish your statement.
Don't ask why.
Yeah.
You didn't even finish your sentence. You got hit.
So now, you're in a situation to where, you're raising children, and I don't touch my kids. I listen to them, but
of course,
even if I yell, me being a taller man, it's still threatening.
It's intimidating.
It's intimidating.
Yeah.
And so you have to learn how to pivot around certain situations to where you're raising your kids. And I didn't have that luxury, and it's cool because I learn. But we have to. I think our generation is more forced to learn their personalities, learn how they are, learn how they really are as people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to really be in tune with your kids to understand and to really raise them.
Yes.
And before,
Yes.
I think 2-3 decades ago, you have to worry about that.
Yes.
It was just more of a force.
Right.
Shut up. This is what I say. This is what I am.
It was more cookie cutter with how we was raised.
No, you're both on point. That is solid. Now we have to really understand and talk to our kids.
Talk to the kids. Yeah.
We weren't back then. It was just this is it. I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
I'm your father.
Right.
This is what I said.
This is why I do what I say, no matter what.
Now they want to know why. And then you're gonna do this. Why? But why? Because I said so. But why though?
Yeah.
Because I said so. But
you
I understand.
But break that down.
But why? But why am I? Because I don't understand. So you find yourself actually explaining And back in the day, that
You
would
had to split.
never happen.
Never. So I was listening. So
one question, you get your ass.
And peep this. I listen to. I go to Elevation, right?
Yo.
Last week, Pastor Furtick said something that was so crazy, and it was so real.
Do you go to the main campus?
I go to Ballantyne, and
Okay.
if I don't make it to Ballantyne, I watch it on TV.
Yeah, I'm at
Independent.
I'm in Southside watching.
Okay, Southside. I love. He's the best. I'm gonna tell you something. And I grew up in Southside Queens at Floyd Flake. If you don't know who Floyd Flake is, talk to me nice, Floyd Flake. But like, he said last week, he was like, it's funny because sometimes you give your kids a spanking, but all you're doing is beating the DNA. You're beating the DNA
Good Lord.
out of your kids. It's your DNA.
Wow.
Because you see
crazy.
you see where it's going, but it's your DNA.
That's crazy.
That's
Hey,
real.
I'm gonna give y'all. No, that's real. Hey, listen.
That's real.
I'm
Like,
gonna give
I
you. Hey, bro,
That's
go ahead.
profound.
That's
Profound.
I have.
That's
bro. Listen, bro. I got my one of my twins.
Mm-hmm.
So this is perfect for this. This is just today. He got banned from Roblox. They said he was cussing or something like that.
That's a life ender for
And
him.
he gonna talk. He not coming to me first. He going to mommy.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. His brother, his twin. He really didn't do it. Like, he really, all this. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing to him this time. Today. This is that was like 3 weeks ago. Wow. Today, he get banned again. He got banned. I ain't want to really. Go get him. I go up there, go get him. Bring his ass. Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody go upstairs, sit down. What we talking about? I said, look, man, this is how I raise my kids. Like, cause I got boys. I don't want to be physical with them like it was with me, cause that didn't always. It was almost a point where that didn't even affect me. I'm still gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mama taught me that.
That's right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I said, look, so you doing that, right? Why you, now he tearing up, 8 years old. I said, look, bro, let me give you, I said, so you got banned once. You didn't know I knew about that. You got banned twice. What you do this time? Talking crazy. It sends it to the email, to the parents.
Right.
Like, yeah, I say, nah, just tell them come down here. So I said, look, man, you got banned once, then you got banned twice, and now you want to go back on that, right? Yeah, all this shit. I said, look, that's like daddy going to Rue Chris or a restaurant or anything like that. They say daddy can't come back because how he treated the people. And then they let daddy come back. That's great. And then they ban me again for what I did for the people. I say, who is the problem? You're the problem. I say, who's the problem? Daddy, you the problem. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's the problem with that? I'm the problem. I said, the next time they give it back, we gonna take it forever.
Yo, do that voice again.
Daddy, because that's how my baby sounds.
No, that was
that.
man. That's
No,
how
but
you do it. That's
that's
solid.
I like
that
analogies.
was solid.
I like analogies.
And
with
we
my
gotta
kids.
talk to them now.
Yeah, because they can
Solid.
understand the analogies.
Yes.
Well,
better.
one thing.
I'm an English major.
So
that's why I like doing it. You know
That's
what I'm
solid.
saying,
One thing
bro?
you said.
Yeah, that was
one
really-
thing
that
you
was
said,
really good.
Analogies. You gotta give them stories now.
You gotta give them.
And it comes as you get
what
older.
That
It comes as you get older. It comes as
That
you get older.
piggybacks
yeah.
off what you just said, bro.
Yeah.
That's, I had to bring that story
Yeah.
because it was just today.
I love that. That's solid.
So we're like 20 minutes. This is a great interview.
It's great. Hey,
Probably gotta bring you back for a
Jan's
part
one of
two,
the best
man.
ones, man.
Yeah,
man, I
we
appreciate
gotta probably
you,
bring you
man.
back for
Yeah,
a
we
part
gotta
two.
get part
We
two.
gotta do a part two.
Oh, for sure.
They could find you at the 704 shop in the airport, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pull up on them.
Yeah. So Concourse, I was fortunate to do some modeling for them, and I'm on their billboard in the Charlotte Douglas Airport. Concourse, the corner of Concourse A and B where they intersect. So yeah, man. So I support those guys. Those are 704 shop is a community staple, and they've done a lot for the city. So yeah, for sure. Anytime they call me, I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I want to tell you on camera before we wrap up that I'm going to pledge money to the golf tournament.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We on that, brother.
We're gonna.
got it from our side, too.
I'm gonna grab
excited. I was excited.
You shot it.
Is that good? Is that? Can you hear me? Is that test?
Edit it out.
Yeah,
We got it. We
Yeah.
got it, bro. We
So
got
I'm gonna grab a hole. I'm gonna grab a hole, and you know, and
Oh, let's talk about the Paraison invitation because
yeah. So it's like, yo, I want to. So like this event, this golf tournament is one of the premier golf tournaments in Charlotte. I've been doing it for years, and last year I felt kind of slighted because I didn't golf. I just came out for the
party.
which
is just as good.
The party's crazy, but like I feel like if I don't donate or help out, I'm missing out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've turned it into an event. So when you were talking about, and respect to Herb, but when you were doing it, Herb did it first, but you just turned it into an awesome day where everybody can be included, which was Herb did too, but like, not comparing, but like, I just love what you're doing. With it, and it's evolving every year. I remember one time we was at Novelty House the night before, and we was talking with Warren Sapp and hanging out with Warren Sapp, and you know, because he has celebrities.
Man,
he brings the celebrities out.
Gonna be there.
Yeah. So what? Give me the date.
Yeah.
Give me the date. Give me the situation. Let's just.
Yeah. So quickly, I gotta mention too. I gotta shout out to my brother Anthony Troutman.
My guy.
So he gave me he pushed me to just bet on myself. And, you know, so there's a message about betting on yourself, and I talk about this all the time. I named the Paraison Invitational after my last name, Paraison.
As you should.
And I bet on myself. So when I was thinking about this, putting it together prior to, I was coming up with different names that would be that would flow well in corporate America, because I wanted my idea and my sponsorship decks to be able to float in within the Bank of Americas and all these other corporations. And so I felt like I needed a name that would be likable, that has a likability. So I came up with better than us, better for us, like just different like commercial type names. And Anthony was like, nah, man. Like, and I said, I want to name it after my last name, but I don't, like, people don't know me. They're gonna be like, who is this guy? Who does he think he is? And he was like, nah, man. Like, people are gonna like you, and they're either gonna support you or they aren't. So just go with your name and let it happen. And what's meant to be is going to be.
Right.
And I did that. 5 years later, we've been sold out. We're sold out every single year, and we've got tremendous partnerships, sponsorships with some of the biggest entities, in the country, like Truist, Charlotte FC. We've had partnerships with the Hornets, with the Panthers, Ally. We have Porsche coming in this year. Equitable, thankful to Equitable. They were our first title sponsor.
Nice.
And they believed in us. They believed in the mission. They believed in what we were trying to do, and they cut a check for $20K off the rip early. And so now Truist has been supportive. My brother Dante is he's been supportive. Went to college with him, and so it's an invitational. May 31st, we have a week of events. We've got people coming in from all over the country to attend the week of events. We have a day party for if you're not a golfer.
Day party's crazy.
It's our quote unquote Rock Nation brunch. It's got that vibe to it.
Talk that.
Yes,
talk that fly.
Yeah.
Talk that fly. Talk that fly.
It's got the vibe to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Vibe is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. Our you said one of the we have the best golf tournament
You're probably in the city.
in
the city.
North Carolina. I'm sorry.
In
In North Carolina, we got the best. We got the best, and a lot of what we do.
Everything.
A lot
Charlotte is North Carolina though. So talk to me. Talk
No,
to me nice.
we are North
the state,
Carolina, bro.
the state, and I gotta say a lot, and I appreciate it. A lot of what we do is being imitated. I go to golf tournaments. I see golf tournaments even out in other cities and other states. They weren't doing what we were doing. Now we see a lot of this. There's a lot of the elements of what we do with our golf tournament. I see that in other golf tournaments now. Wasn't there prior to? Wasn't there 2 years ago, 3 years ago? So we're pioneering a lot of it, and I'm thankful for that. And I am not tripping about anyone, stealing ideas, borrowing ideas. Just again, just show love,
Show some social
just show some love.
Just
That's
show
all.
some love, say.
But yeah, so that's the event, May 31st.
Okay.
And you can go to my website is paraisoninvitational.com. Last name, I got a Haitian last name. My family's from Haiti.
South by say.
Oh, never mind. Don't
Yeah.
South by say.
So
Talk
it's
to him nice.
man.
yeah. So it's P
I ain't want to
A
ask bro what his last name.
Yeah.
Paraison Invitational.
Yeah.
Can I do this right? Can I do this right here? It's gonna be the bottom.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
she gonna do all
Mama
that.
love,
Look,
mama love,
see,
mama take
look,
care of
mama, look, mama
Yeah,
love.
So-
love
so-
take care
He
of
don't
it.
even know
so you
how
can-
your work gonna go.
Right, so you can go to the bottom right here. Right here, you can see it right here. I'm pointing to it because you're gonna insert it. So
Yep.
paraisoninvitational.com, you can find out everything about all of the events that we have going on that week.
I will be in the building. I'm always in the building.
I'll be there.
And we always have a good time. But I'm sponsoring. I'm one of the sponsors who's going to be out there. And I'm telling you that right now.
love it.
Yeah,
Yes,
come
sir.
on. You know what's
Yes,
going.
sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm back. Let's
go.
I had to fall
Let's
back
go.
last year, but I'm back.
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
Yeah. So in closing, is there a parting? And you can get on to parting words in closing, because I just want to say this, brother. I am so humble to have you on here, have you on the platform. Thank you so much because I think people look at a lot of things as valuable, and I think time is more valuable than anything in this world.
Yeah.
And you took time out to be here with us, and I want to appreciate you and thank you so much, Yandrick.
Man, I
Yandrick.
appreciate that.
I called you Yandrick.
It's all good.
I
Call him Yandrick this whole time, like
I
5,
call
6
him Yandrick.
years.
That's my guy though. So he lost my
Nah,
Burberry
it's
glass.
love,
But
it's
go ahead. But I want to give you.
I guess my parting piece is, me, I'm a testament of, like I said, betting on yourself. I had a lot of people that didn't believe. When I first started the golf tournament, I had a couple of people that said, why are you doing a golf tournament? Herb Gray does one. Like, why are you doing that? And then when I put the prices up, I had people asking me like, why? This is your first tournament. Why are you charging so much for your first tournament? We were sold out our first tournament. And also, I don't know if I want to say this, but my tournaments haven't always been supported by my community. They haven't always been supported by my community. And the sponsorships that I have been able to obtain haven't always come from my community. So we got to do a better job. And I don't know if it's, I think
right.
I think we need to see proof of product. We need to see proof of concept first before we bet on somebody. And other people might not need proof of concept. They're like, you know what? I believe in you. I believe in your mission. I believe in who you are. I got you. And so I think we need to do more of that. We're missing that. And I don't know if it's a capacity thing. Maybe we just don't have that capacity or the audacity to do that because we are, we're all on short strings in the corporations we work for. And I don't know, whatever it is, but we've got to do more of that. We're not doing that. So,
Yandrick, I'm gonna tell you something. I want to tell you something. I met one of the best couples ever in my life at your tournament, and I used to play. I sponsored a hole, for my ex-wife, Family Dance by Dr. Moore. Always
Nice.
respect, love,
yes.
and
Yes.
and
shout out to Dr. Moore.
Shout out Dr. Moore.
Yes.
And I would tell you all day, Brian and Terry, I used to walk out
Oh,
there.
man.
They always
My peoples.
Brian and Terry will give you a good time with the wine.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
I used to go out there
They've been there since day one.
day one.
Yes.
And it's always just when I get out there, I was like, where's Brian and Terry was, and I just it's a family affair.
That's right.
It's a family affair, and it's the way you do it is just, it's just awesome. I love it, brother. And I am so happy that it's been going as long as it has, and it will go on for a lot longer.
That's right.
And we want to be vigilant and support that tournament. We want to support brother Yandrick. I call him Yandrick. Brother, for New York, so, we mess up. But like, we want to support the brother and definitely be out there. But we need more of our support, and that's what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely we got to do that. Brother Ant.
Hey, episode 48, my man Yan.
Yes,
Yan,
sir.
though. Yandrick, but Yan. Appreciate you, man. Great episode. My man over there. What's my... Rock. A.K.A. today looking like Gary Payton. But I like that because GP a real one, bro. Talk to you nice.